Hello again, world. This is Colby Guerrero, and today is Tuesday, November the 23rd, and today has been an exciting day. I started out this morning with a workout in the gym doing upper body, and then my husband and I had an appointment with the fertility specialist, Dr. Anna Nackley, and it was fantastic. We did an ultrasound to see how many follicles are on the ovaries and how promising that looked. They drew some blood so that she could test what's called AMH, which right now I'm not 100% sure what all of that stands for, but as the process goes on, I will be explaining more and more as I learn myself. So she kind of went through the whole process of how fertility preservation works. And my husband and I, we've been together for 18 years and married for 6. So if there's anybody I'm going to have kids with, it's going to be that guy. So we decided for us, it would be best to freeze embryos, which are actual fertilized eggs. So they would retrieve eggs from me and retrieve a sperm sample from him and put those together and then freeze that. So basically, that is our plan for now, and that is kind of going to get started once after my breast surgery is done, after the cancer has been removed. So it's kind of a waiting game right now, and we are very fortunate that we have a little bit of a window between when the breast surgery is and when chemo could possibly begin. Sometimes women are not lucky enough or as fortunate, and they have a shorter window. So it is still possible from my conversation, what I had with Dr. Nackley earlier, but it's just a little bit more challenging. It's a little bit more rushed. Apparently she needs 12 days from retrieval, from the time that the medication for follicle stimulation starts until the retrieval of the eggs. So again, I am just sharing with you my very basic understanding of this process at this point, and I might have even gotten that information wrong. So if I did not understand that correctly from our conversation earlier, I will correct that in future videos. Don't worry about that. And but yeah, she was great. Her team was fantastic. She explained the process thoroughly. Basically, they'll give me a call so I'm supposed to get a call tomorrow with the results of my AMH levels, and then we will come up with a plan after my breast mastectomy surgery and come up with a plan for when to start the medication to stimulate follicles and then the retrieval process and what that looks like for my husband as well. So for him, he will have to do next week he is scheduled to go in and donate a sample of his semen for them to do testing on and everything like that, because apparently with semen they treat it just like a blood donation, so it has to be screened just like blood would if you were donating blood. It's an FDA screening just to make sure that there is no diseases or anything like that, and then from there we will look at the rest of the process, and I'm honestly not even 100% sure what that looks like for him yet, so we'll just keep you posted. So after that, I had a ton of errands to do when I got home, and I was able to also speak with for my insurance, I was assigned what's called a complex care case manager, who is basically going to be my point of contact for all things insurance related through this process. And apparently this lady, she lives locally in DFW miraculously, and she was also in her previous tenure, she was a nurse, an oncologist, a nurse oncologist. And if I am butchering that title, please forgive me. And so she was doing that for several years. So apparently breast cancer was her focus. So she was very knowledgeable and super helpful. So I was very grateful to speak with her today, and And I'm just really, really glad and really grateful that insurance companies have that. That kind of threw me, or, surprised me a little bit, but I'm really, really glad to know that that person exists because she was a wealth of knowledge and just super helpful. After that, I packed up and I'm traveled to my grandparents' house. That's why there's a change in scenery here for Thanksgiving holiday. And on the way here, I spoke to the hospital for the pre-admissions conversation to tell them everything that there is to know about me so that we can expedite the check-in process for surgery next week, and got scheduled for a COVID test. I have to get COVID tested next Monday, a couple days before the surgery. And so after that, I actually decided that I wanted to do a boudoir photo shoot. So if you have been wondering this whole time why I'm wearing a face full of makeup because you've never seen me that way, that's why. Because they did my hair and my makeup, and it was a wonderful session. I used a photographer in Texarkana, Texas. Her name is Blessing Allison. She is fantastic. If you are considering doing a boudoir shoot, please look her up. If you live in the DFW area, it may be a little bit of a trek for you, but totally worth it. She was fantastic. So if you don't know what a boudoir shoot is, it is an intimate portrait. So with less clothing, I will say, and very classy. I just wanted to memorialize my natural breasts before they are removed next week, and I'm given new ones. So that was a choice that I made for myself, and I highly recommend it if you are considering it in any way, shape, or form. And if you're not, that's okay too. No, it's not for everybody, and there's nothing that says that you have to do it. So don't feel any pressure to do that. It was just something that came to my mind that I thought I wanted to do, and so I did, and I'm so glad that I did. It was beautiful. She is very, very talented, and just she made me feel so comfortable because I'm a very modest woman, and I have just never expressed myself in that way before. And so it was really, really fun, and it was just, I felt so relaxed doing it. She is very, very talented at what she does, and so I highly, highly recommend her if you are ever interested in getting a boudoir photo shoot. So after the boudoir, I went and visited my in-laws for a little bit, and then came on home to my grandparents' house, where my grandparents and my mom and my brother are, and my stepdad. And tonight I informed them that I have breast cancer and that I will be getting a double mastectomy with breast reconstruction next week. And they took it surprisingly well. I'm very, very happy that they took it so well. I was really, really worried, and I prayed a lot about it because, they're not in good health. My mom has stage 4 kidney disease, and my grandparents are in their 80s and have their own things going on. In fact, the day of my breast surgery, my grandfather is also having back surgery. So, there's just a lot of things going on health-wise with our family, and I'm just so grateful that they took it so well. And my grandmother actually is a breast cancer survivor as well. She is unfortunately technically not my biological grandmother, but she's been in my life since before I was born, and so she's the only grandmother I've ever known, and I love her more than anything. So unfortunately, I am not biologically related, but also fortunately, this breast cancer that I have didn't come from her, but I'm going to tomorrow, because it was really late tonight when I got home, I'm going to talk to her more about her experience. She had a lumpectomy and radiation that followed that, but she had to have 5 different surgeries, and I was this was like 20 years ago, so I was a child when that happened, so I don't have much of a memory of that experience with her. So I'm actually going to interview her for our vlog and let her share her experience with us, because that'll be new for me as well, because I was too young to really know about that going on when this was happening. And so this is going to be new for me. And like I said, she had the lumpectomy, and that was the route that she chose. And so we'll get to learn about her experience with that, and just with cancer, fighting cancer, breast cancer, just everything. Because at the end of the day, the more women that we can lean on, the better, because that makes us even stronger. Because at the end of the day, we are all fighters, and we are all going to get through this together. And I just want to say that today has been a really good day, and I feel beautiful today. So Blessing, and her makeup artist was, I forgot to even give her a shout out, and please forgive me, her name is Jordan. I did not catch her last name, but she is wonderful as well, and she's the one who did my hair and makeup and just did a fantastic job. And I just want to thank those ladies immensely for making me feel like a beautiful woman today. And we have planned to take another photo shoot down the road once I've gotten my reconstruction done and healed, and ideally, if I do a bikini competition, it would be during that time as well, because then my physique will be even better than it is today. So that is all of my experience for today. I want to just remind you how much God loves you, how much He's here for you. He will never forsake you, no matter what. You are strong, you are beautiful, and you will get through this. We are going to get through it together. Please feel free to reach out to me if you have questions, comments, concerns. I can be found on Instagram at Dr. Colbert, so at Dr_COLBURT, at Dr_Colbert. And that's on Instagram. And my email address is colby.cajero@gmail.com, colby.cajero@gmail.com. Lastly, because we can't leave today without any dental knowledge, I just want to remind you that if you have not scheduled your dental exam yet, please, please, please go do that, because it is crucial that you see a dentist before you start any sort of cancer treatment, because the treatments can impact your oral health, and we definitely want to make sure that you are taken care of holistically. So please, again, go ahead and do that. Remember, if you don't have braces, you are supposed to brush for 2 minutes twice a day and floss for at least 1 minute, or at least floss one time a day. And then if you have braces, you are supposed to brush for at least 4 minutes twice a day and floss at least once a day. Thank you so much, beautiful ladies out there, for watching and following. And I just want you to know that I'm here for you. And if you have anything, just reach out to me. Thanks so much.